Ever since the release of the first Iron Man film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man has become a huge sensation among the Marvel fans around the world. So today in this video we have picked 6 times Iron Man has risked his life for others. Number 6. Battle of New York. In first movie of the Marvel Avengers sequel, Loki steals the Tesseract and uses its power to plot the invasion of Earth and open a portal to bring his army. After Avengers' many unsuccessful attempts to close the portal, United States Army decides to nuke the entire city. While risking his life, Iron Man takes the nuke through the portal and aim it at enemy and release it, destroying the entire army of Black Order. In the process, Iron Man fell unconscious and lost all connection with Earth. He barely make it through the closing portal and free fall through the sky without control over the suit. Tony's Mark 7 armor isn't optimized for spaceflight and wouldn't have protected him from oxygen deprivation. He also comes very close to the nuclear blast itself and only manages to escape being consumed by it at the very last moment. Even Hulk's unique method of catching him during his fall should have broken every bone in his body. Number 5. Attack of Sakovia. In Avengers Age of Ultron movie, Tony Stark creates the Ultron program to protect the world, using Locust Staff, which would allow Stark to proceed with his Ultron project, an initiative to create peacekeeping robots that could defend the world in place of the Avengers should another alien invasion occur. Iron Man names his new AI as Ultron. But when Ultron becomes conscious, however, he interprets his peacekeeping instructions as an imperative to wipe out humankind. Then Ultron uses city-sized meteors striking the Earth's surface. Humanity would die helplessly and will be killed off by the toxic air and an atmospheric inferno. But his machines would survive it. During the fight, Iron Man put himself under the falling city and his Unibium to counteract the energy being given off through the vibranium engine. He put himself under the falling city without thinking about his life. Number 4. Stranded in space. After losing Battle of Titan, Iron Man and others are all dazed and crippled. Thanos has stepped across to Earth, then won the final Infinity Stone and carried out his snap, killing randomly half the life in the universe. After that snap, all who were with Tony on Titan die from the snap except for Nebula. In-game start shows that Tony and Nebula have tried to use the Guardian spaceship to get back to Earth. However, this spaceship was partly damaged in the battle on Titan, and thus they end up getting stranded in space. They only had a few supplies left since Stark and Nebula had been on the ship for more than 20 days. Stark recorded a message using his helmet for Pepper Potts explaining his situation on his time in space. Becoming lightheaded from exhaustion, Stark concluded that he will dream about Potts in his sleep. Number 3. Battle of Titan. The Battle of Titan was a conflict on Titan that pitted Thanos against Iron Man, Spider-Man, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and Doctor Strange. Tony Stark, keen on defeating Thanos, guided the Q-ship to Titan, along with Strange and Spider-Man, where the trio encountered Guardians of the Galaxy. Joining forces, the team nearly managed to subdue Thanos and remove his Infinity Gauntlet, until Star-Lord, upon learning of Gamera's murder, woke Thanos from his trance. Iron Man fight vigorously with Thanos and stop him from using Gauntlet. In a last-ditch attempt to fight back, Stark immediately shifted the nanites from his left arm to his right arm to form a sword, and wildly stabbed at Thanos. However, Thanos simply tore the sword from Iron Man's hand and ruthlessly stabbed him in the abdomen with it. Then Doctor Strange make an exchange for Iron Man's life with Thanos by giving him the Time Stone. Number 2. Destruction of his mansion. Plagued by the constant nightmares caused by his near-death experience in New York, Iron Man faces a different threat in Iron Man 3, the Mandarin. The explosions apparently set off by the villain leave Happy Hogan seriously injured. Angered, Tony gives out his address to the press, challenging the Mandarin to come after him. It's a poor choice, as Tony proves to be unprepared for the following events. Tony's Malibu mansion is attacked by helicopters that collapse the whole building into the ocean. While Iron Man puts up an excellent fight, the suit he is wearing at the time is experimental and not fully operational. He almost drowns, and he is only saved because Jarvis takes control of the Iron Man gauntlet, pulling Tony out of the water. Number 1. Performing the snap. After all of the heavy-hitter Avengers, Thor, Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch, Captain America with Mjolnir went up against Thanos and were beaten. Iron Man knew as long as Thanos and the stones were in the same time period of 2023, Thanos wouldn't trust till he'd snapped his own fingers. With the compound and the van destroyed, the Avengers had no way to return the stones at that moment. Iron Man pulled the last card he had prepared earlier. He knew if he destroyed the stones, timelines and alternate realities could be destroyed and ruined, not to mention that Thanos would painfully kill every last Avenger and even destroy Earth itself. But if he removed Thanos by snapping his own fingers, he'd save the universe and allow the Avengers to return the stones back to their time, as they could always rebuild a time machine. This is why Doctor Strange holds one finger up to Stark. They both know at that point it has to be him. Do you agree with our picks? Check out our other recent videos from Myths and Facts, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.